So, like, do you sometimes feel that some paths are wrong for certain people? Like, quitting is correct in some scenarios, like where it's just not right.
Oh yes, and that was me right before I retired from competition. You know, as I was getting older, there were still kids who were, every year there's new kids in my division, and they're full of energy, and they don't have any injuries. But uh, you know, after you've competed so many times, you find um, you're good at something. And for me, that was good at teaching. I was good at breaking things down. I was good at explaining things. I think I'm much better as a coach and a teacher than I ever was as an athlete, but I wouldn't be that good without my experience as an athlete. And if I was always a winning athlete, I probably wouldn't have the amount of wisdom, I guess you would call it, to distill upon people I teach.
Would you say, like, if you did have that many victories, would you ever turn to teaching or no? Is this
Probably not. If I did, it'd be much later when I would have been forced to retire because of injuries and things like that. But sometimes, you just ride the wave. If you're a good athlete and you could keep competing, you'll keep competing, and there's nothing wrong with that. You got to ride that wave. You got to take those opportunities when they come to you. But sometimes that's not the opportunity that you're given, and sometimes you have to act on, your
intuition?
yeah. You just got to act on your intuition, and you really just got to go somewhere that you didn't think you were going to go in the first place.
So, like, yeah, I know, like, things rarely go according to plan, but it's all about adapting. Adapting is really fun, honestly. Like, even when I've come across obstacles, like, finding a different solution is like, holy, I did not know that was there. It happens all the time. It's great.
Yeah, you got to keep your eyes open.
Do you think, like you said, it gets at the competitive level, it becomes harmful to the body? Is that, would that ever deter you, like, if you had that many victories? Or do you think that's, I guess, an exciting part of it?
When I was younger, and not to say that I'm like particularly old right now, I'm only 33, but in terms of
Yeah, like, aren't
competitive
you, like,
athlete,
super young? Yeah.
in terms of like the age of a competitive athlete, there's, like I said, there's no
Right,
way I can
yeah.
keep up with all the new 18-year-olds that are coming into the division each year. But that's not to say there are other people my age still competing, and they're very successful. And that's because they have found a way to, address those injuries, to work around them, to make sure that it doesn't inhibit their training and things like that. And that's awesome. That's great. For me personally, I wasn't really feeling that at the end. I think I was.
It's like the fire inside of you is just, I'm not gonna say extinguished, but just, like, less.
Yeah. At the end of my competitive career, I didn't feel as if competing was such an important part of my life.
Okay.
As I got older, I was like, well, what am I actually going to do with this later down the line? Because my career is in teaching martial arts. If I'm competing, how am I getting any better at teaching it at that point? Because other than teaching, a super high competitive athlete to make it to my level, there's not much more I can learn from competing at that level that I can instill on others unless they're going down that same path. However, things like learning different styles of wushu to teach people, or learning how to address their insufficiencies, or how to improve their training at a personal level, things like that started becoming more important to me. Things like running the business, how to keep the doors open, keep the lights on. That's what changed.
So like, yeah, that, I guess that came with the wisdom you learned from competing as well.
Yep. Yep. There's always something else. You know, you may have a goal, but there's other things that will come up around it. Maybe that you're not particularly looking at that point in time, but that are there should you choose to pursue it.
Like side quests.
Yep. And sometimes those side quests, unlike a video game that's scripted and works in one way, sometimes those side quests become your main quest.
The main quest, exactly. That's, yeah, I know. It's, I guess, yeah, back to what I was saying before, like, nothing goes according to plan, but, like, things usually work out. Things always work out.
Yep.